Supreme Leader Snoke is a very controversial figure and topic in the Star Wars fandom overall. His appearance in The Force Awakens caused the fanbase to explode about theories about who this mysterious Darksider was, what were his intentions, and how was he able to sway someone as powerful as Ben Solo from the Skywalker bloodline back to the path of the dark side. Supreme Leader Snoke was essentially set up as the main antagonist of the sequel trilogy, until this was well altered by Rian Johnson, who decided to kill Supreme Leader Snoke in The Last Jedi. In The Rise of Skywalker, we sort of get a rudimentary introduction about the purpose of Supreme Leader Snoke. However, he's touched upon only in a single line in the film, so this has still led those of us who are still curious, myself included, to ask what was the true purpose of Supreme Leader Snoke? How was he originally envisioned by Darth Sidious and created by the acolytes that lie on Exegol? What was the true purpose of Snoke? Is he related to Palpatine in some way? And could he actually be more important than many fans give him credit for? Before we delve into a ton of the information that is revealed in the Secrets of the Sith novel, which is a book told from Palpatine's point of view, as he sort of breaks down the Sith and various Darksiders that appear in Star Wars canon, explaining their purpose in his master plan and the ultimate idea that he wants to create a dyad with Darth Vader and why this failed. But that topic is for another video. In the book Secrets of the Sith, which was released several months ago, we actually get a lot of indicators as to exactly what the true purpose of Supreme Leader Snoke was, with the novel revealing in great detail that Supreme Leader Snoke is actually far more ambitious and important to the overall sequel trilogy than many fans give him credit for. I'm not saying that Snoke isn't a complete failure of a character, but essentially the release of these books gives us a better idea of the true purpose of Supreme Leader Snoke and the explanation for the character. We should have seen all of this stuff on screen, but now thanks to these novels, this is basically the full picture of what we should have gotten on the big screen. So if you're interested in that, as we break down Supreme Leader Snoke and his plan to overthrow Palpatine that was revealed to us in the Secrets of the Sith. To begin, the book explains the origins of Supreme Leader Snoke, as apparently he was one of the first things that the Darksiders on Exegol created. It is stated that Supreme Leader Snoke may have even been an early contingency plan for Darth Sidious, and was supposed to be a body that Darth Sidious could have inhabited after his original physical body died. It's also known that this experiment ultimately failed, but Snoke as a result became sentient. He was only supposed to be a vessel for Palpatine to possess in the first place. However, Palpatine saw a great use for him, as it is revealed that Palpatine managed to create a Darksider using cloning technology, specifically though not Palpatine's DNA, and that he was largely successful in this. And while he was unable to possess the body because of the simple fact that it was not a clone of Palpatine, Snoke himself gained sentience. It is here where Supreme Leader Snoke's role becomes much bigger. Darth Sidious and the scientists on Exegol decide to make Snoke the front man of the First Order, an offshoot of the Empire to essentially keep the New Republic and the Jedi distracted. Although Palpatine doesn't like it, the Book of the Sith goes on to explain that Supreme Leader Snoke was trained as a sort of pseudo-apprentice. The way I have it in my head is Supreme Leader Snoke is sort of like the Asajj Ventress of the Clone Wars. He's someone who is not a Sith Lord but is very much dark side in allegiance and serves the Sith. However, because of the fact that Palpatine attempted to possess this body and wanted an individual with insane force potential, Supreme Leader Snoke is exceptionally powerful in the dark side of the Force, and is quite possibly one of the most talented Force users in the entire Star Wars galaxy, because essentially he's designed to be the perfect Darksider. This also likely goes into why Supreme Leader Snoke is so deformed, because he has all of this unruly dark side energy within him, and the dark side is essentially corroding and corrupting his body, similar to we see the decay of Darth Sidious and other Darksiders. But this is where the character of Snoke gets much more interesting. It is revealed in the Secrets of the Sith that Darth Sidious never trusted anyone from the Skywalker bloodline after Darth Vader. He essentially reveals that although Ben Solo, Kylo Ren, is exceptionally talented in the dark side of the Force, he does not wish to train him as his apprentice, as Darth Sidious senses the mind of Ben Solo and senses that the light side of the Force is ever prevalent there. And although he was unable to sense the light side of the Force in Vader until the very end, he can always sense its presence within Ben Solo. However, this is where Snoke has a different idea. Snoke, on the other hand, has different plans for Kylo Ren Ben Solo. Palpatine's original goal is only to have Kylo Ren bring Rey to him. That is the only purpose in which he sees for Kylo Ren. That, and overall, he's simply a puppet. Snoke, on the other hand, though, seeks to train Kylo Ren as his true apprentice, something that Darth Sidious never really wanted. This is why in the novel The Secrets of the Sith, it is explained why Snoke wants Kylo Ren to kill Rey in The Last Jedi. As we learned in The Rise of Skywalker, if Rey were to be killed in The Last Jedi, it would make no sense for Palpatine's grand plan, as Rey is the keystone for his plan and he wants to possess her body. So if she's killed, his plan goes up in flames, which is exactly what Snoke wants. This is Supreme Leader Snoke's power play against Darth Sidious in this moment. He realizes that potentially, with the combined might of Kylo Ren, as well as himself, that they may be able to overthrow Darth Sidious, who is currently dying on Exegol, and Snoke senses this. However, just as Palpatine foresaw, and Snoke failed to see, Ben Solo does have a bit of the light side within him, and remains loyal to Rey, wanting to take over the First Order for himself, with in this case, Palpatine not making the same mistake that he had before in fully trusting a Skywalker, something in the book he promises himself he will never do again. Snoke, on the other hand, believed that he could use Kylo Ren to overthrow Darth Sidious, especially if they can kill Rey. If they can kill Rey, then this will mark the complete end of Lord Sidious as we know it, as he will no longer be able to possess someone of his bloodline, and the lineage of Palpatine will end here, with essentially Snoke and Kylo Ren being the reigning Darksiders of the entire Star Wars galaxy. This is Supreme Leader Snoke's plan, and this is the plan that ultimately crumbles and falls apart, just as Sidious predicted. So let's explain why the creators over at Lucasfilm made this change with Supreme Leader Snoke. The way I see it, this is sort of a middle ground between the Snoke that we got in the films and what Snoke was built up in our own minds to be. He's his own character with his own dark side plots, and although he's so quickly thrown aside in The Last Jedi, this book does sort of help with a viable explanation. The importance of Supreme Leader Snoke was very much overblown by the Star Wars fan base and very much heavily diminished by the Star Wars creatives. So instead, we get this middle ground of a character whose overall plot is more akin to the likes of Dooku or a Ventress, a halfway apprentice to a revived Darth Sidious, whose original goal was supposed to be the inhabitable body of Sidious's dead spirit, something that ultimately failed, but this Snoke was repurposed. But with him being repurposed, he grows more ambitious and powerful, believing himself to have been more powerful than Darth Sidious, but unable to challenge the rule of Sith, as Snoke himself is not a Sith. Therefore, he attempts to overthrow Darth Sidious through killing Rey and by using Ben Solo. Again, what's unfortunate about all of this is all information that we're receiving about Snoke after the fact. Information that admittedly makes his character more interesting, but is a little bit late. To their credit though, after the Secrets of the Sith novel, I do find Snoke to be a way more interesting character. But now I turn it over to you. What are your thoughts on Supreme Leader Snoke and his true purpose and identity, his origins, and his plan to overthrow Darth Sidious? In your opinion, is Snoke now a more interesting character or not? I would love to hear what you think in the comments down below. And as always, my friends, may the Force be with you, and I will hopefully see you in the next video.